The Jewish language, the Holy Tongue, is very unique in that items are named after their essence. For example, a tree is called an eitz. An eitz is a structure. Your bones are called atzamot because it's the structure of your body. The pupil of your eye is called a ishon. Ishon means little man, because if you look in someone's pupil, you see a little man. The word bechi means to cry. The root of bechi shares the same root with the word perplexed, which is navuch, which also means trapped. Trapped, perplexed, crying, they all share the same root. When God created the world, there was a body of water. And the Torah Kedusha tells us that when Hashem came, He split the waters to make heavenly waters and earthly waters. The heavenly waters are called shamayim. Water means mayim. Sham, mayim, over there's water. And then there are the earthly waters down below. Now the earthly waters didn't appreciate this because they wanted to be near the heavenly throne. They got upset. They wanted to go back up to the sky. But God said no. Hashem said, no, you're going to stay down below. And they're called the crying waters. So the holy books tell us that when someone's perplexed, when he's stuck, when he feels confined, he sheds a tear of salt water because he's stuck. Just like the waters down below are stuck, the salt waters down below are stuck, so too he feels constricted, he feels confined, and he's stuck. But we know a person is never stuck. We know a person is always connected to Hashem, to God, that he can call out to, he can cry to, he can speak to, he can laugh to. He always has a relationship with Hashem. Rabbi Eli Lopian is a Rav. He was a Rav in Eretz Yisrael. He used to wake up in the morning, he used to put on his phylacteries, his tefillin at home. He would crown himself with his tefillin at home. He would put his talis, he would robe himself with his talis at home, and he would walk to shul through the streets of Israel to go to shul. He would stay there for a few hours, he would daven, he would learn, he would teach, he would walk back home the same way, and then he would take them off. One day, he was walking to shul one morning, and there were three Arab men were working, and they were fixing the sewer. And it smelled horrendous. He couldn't tolerate the smell, he couldn't stand there. He covered his phylacteries, he covered his tefillin, he held his nose, and he got out of there very quickly. He davened in the morning, he gave his class, he stayed there for a while, and he said, you know what, I can't walk home like this with my tefillin on. It's not respectful for the tefillin. So he took them off. He took off his tefillin and he walked home. On the way home, he saw the same three men sitting around 4 feet away from the work site, eating lunch. And he thought to himself, how could they eat lunch with such a smell coming out? And he realized that a person could get used to anything. A person could really just get used to anything. And he said one of the biggest tragedies is that a person can get used to living without Hashem, without God. He can go through a Monday, he can go through a Tuesday, he can go through a family occasion, he can go through a simcha, he can go through lunch. His whole life, he can go through void of Hashem, of the Ribono Shalom, the creator of the world. In our Torah portion this week, the Torah tells us that Hashem plagued Egypt, gave Egypt the makas, He gave them the plagues, the 10 plagues. And one of the things we see from the plagues is that through and through that Hashem, God has a complete and utter control over everything in the world. From the water to the air, from the cold to the hot, from the fire to the animals, anything in all of creation, from a nation to individuals, God has complete and utter control over everything. Which means that God is everywhere. Hashem is here, Hashem is there, Hashem is truly everywhere. And what you're here for, what we're here for, one of our ideals, our prime ideals, our fundamentals, is to have a relationship with Hashem, to come close to Hashem. Talk to Him, tell Him, enjoy Him, love Him, and we should all merit to come close to Hashem and follow in His ways.
Yeah, thank you so much.